is 1,000 years. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. A day with God is 1,000 years. It's supposed to be in biblical terms. You know, in the Europeans' mind, a day with God is 1,000 years. You know, we'll just keep that. Sorry. And you know, Adam didn't get his 1,000 years with God. You know, Adam had like 9 and some change or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, very, you know, very interesting to peep that. Very interesting to peep that. Yeah, accountability. You know, so when you want to talk about women's rights, I mean, hell, you can even go to the Bible and see where that was implanted for it to be a problem and why women didn't get into the 1920s. You know, regardless of your race. Crazy, crazy, man, crazy. You know, yes, yes. But accountability, you know, accountability. That's the number one thing in Adam and Eve. You know, was taking accountability. Now, in there's, let me make sure, cause I know I ain't done with Genesis. I ain't nowhere near done with Genesis on you, because you got the two creations. You have the two creations in Genesis. Okay, that's right. Yeah, in Genesis 1:27, you know, we already. That's chapter 2 right there, so we can flip back to 27, and we gonna check out the two creations. All right, now check this out. All right. Now flip to Genesis. You know, just flip back a page. You know, to Genesis chapter 1 and verse 27. You know, so God created man in His own image. In the image of God, He created him, male and female. He created them. Right. All right. That's verse 27. Genesis 1, verse 27. Now go down to Genesis 2, verse 7. And the Lord formed man of the dust and from the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. All right. So you have two creations. You have the manifestation. You know, the first one in Genesis 1. In Genesis 1, verse 27, when He creates man in His own image. This is the spiritual manifestation. You know, this is the forever being, the forever essence of man. You know, and in chapter 2, verse 7, this is, you know, the physical essence of man being created. You know, the two major dynamics that makes man, and also in these two instances, and in the two creations, you also have the introduction of the battle of the spirit versus the flesh, you know, and the whole experience of life, you know. Ultimately, that's what we get here. So, yeah, man, the two creations, you know, and it being the hidden image of God. You know, He is the image of the, you know, when in the first one, when I talk about the spiritual manifestation, the forever essence, you know, that is the one inside of us. You know, that is who we are ultimately. You know, we're not this body, you know, at all. You know, and you know, it says we were created in His image, in His own image. This is the one that was in His image. You know, the second one that was created from the dust didn't say nothing about being in His image. You understand? That's another great point. Right? So now, as further proof of us being the direct link from planet Earth to God Himself. You know, every man and woman on the planet. You know. Let's flip right quick to Colossians chapter 1. All right, let's right quick to Colossians chapter 1. I'm gonna show you the image that we are. the image that we are in the confirmation of the first creation. Okay, all right. Man, it's really a beautiful thing, you know. It's really a beautiful thing. All right. In Colossians, you know, Colossians chapter 1, verse 15. Colossians chapter 1, verse 15. He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. Amen? That's all right there. He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation, you know. So, understanding now that we are gods, we are not just mere humans, you know, this, you know, religion has you know minimized us to feel like, you know, we have a God too high, and, you know, a devil out here to get us, you know, and it makes us very paranoid in a sense, you know. So to understand, to finally bring it back home, you know, for us to understand that we are gods, you know, we say we're children of the Most High. We don't say we're children of the Most High human, the Most High man. And God, we say we're children of the Most High God. And if we're children of the Most High God, then even if that makes us miniature gods, you know, we're children of the Most High God and not the Most High man. What does that make us when we grow up? You know. And as we just explained, we're not beings of a physical measure, you know. So when we finally grow up, what does that make us? You know, when we finally mature, what does that truly make us? You know, that makes us gods. You know, and that breath of life, you know, that breath of life that He breathed in us, you know, that breath of life that He breathed in us in the second creation is, you know, that's the truth, that's the love, that's the honesty, that's the correction, you know, that we give each other, you know, the breath of life, you know, and we promote peace, you know, the peace, the unity, things like that, the understanding. That's the breath of life that He breathed in us in the second, you know, the second creation, you know. So very, and you know, to connect back to my favorite, the one that I said was my favorite verse, you know, 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 16. How can one who's uninformed say amen to the truth? You know, I connect that to Romans chapter 10, verse 3, you know, where it says, for I bear witness to those that have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge, you know. And when you take those two together, you know, for I bear witness to those who have a great zeal to God, but not according to knowledge. When you take those two, you have, you know, black people in America, African people in America. And you also have a great number of white people, so-called white people, Europeans and Africans. That's the greater way to say it, you know. So when you connect those three, that's what you have there. You know, those who have a great zeal for God, but not really according to knowledge, you know. But we all have this, you know, desire in us to want to know God and to want to, you know, please God, to want to serve God, you know. So, but that really, you know, connecting those dots is everything, you know, and it shows you that you know, knowledge is everything, you know. Now you turn to Genesis, you know. We still in Genesis, you know. We can go back to Genesis, or because, you know, we connect the dots everywhere we go. We can connect the dots everywhere we go, you know. Just to show you that we are gods. You know, even those that say, "Oh no, you know, man, we ain't no God. We just, man, we come from Adam, man. You know, we come from Adam." You know, I'm finna hit you with this one too. This is so lovely. Chad, turn to Luke 3:38. You know, I just told you that we are gods. That we are gods. So even for those that say that we come from Adam, you know, like, man, you know, man, we from the first man, man. You know, man, when no man ain't no God. I want you to turn to Luke with me. All right. Luke chapter 3, verse 38. Oh, there you go. There you go. The son of Enosh, the son of Seth, the son of Adam, the son of God. The son of Adam, the son of God. They called Adam the son of God. So if Adam is a son of God, and you are from Adam, then when you grow up, if you ever grow up and stop bullshitting, you know, what would that make you? God. Yo.